There are very few intros that stick around. Ones that you'll be able to recall off the top of your head. Sega, Xbox, Nintendo, whatever it may be, these intros always bring back the best of times. Well, this isn't one of those times. We've covered the Combine, we've covered G-Man, and we've also covered the headcrabs/zombies. And all of them are creepy and horrifying in their own equal way. But how would you feel if there was one person in the Half-Life franchise that we haven't talked about yet that is creepier than the G-Man, yet cannot undermine his creepiness? Well, go ahead and open your mind and open your eyes, because today we're talking about Mr. Valve. Mr. Valve was first showcased in 1998 by Gabe Newell and Ray Uno when they were showing off the capabilities of Gold Source. Gold Source is the engine that they were using to make the following games: Half-Life, Half-Life Opposing Force, Half-Life Blue Shift, Team Fortress Classic, Counter-Strike, and so many more games. This engine was truly the foundation of everything Valve created, but in 2004, they decided to make their own engine called Source and use that to make Half-Life 2. Back to Mr. Valve, the demonstration shows a pale bald man sticking his head underneath a hydraulic press and having a valve get inserted into a skull, emphasizing the open your mind slogan. Fun fact, you can actually find this character model in Half-Life Day 1 under the name MrValve.mdl. Unfortunately, we would never see this demo be used again. However, what followed in its place was a .avi video of a sepia static photograph of a man with a valve in his eye, emphasizing the open your eyes slogan. In 2004, the color was toned down a little bit, but a trembling effect was added to the edges of the photo, and the last time we would see this intro was in Half-Life 2 Episode 1. In 2007, the orange box would showcase a new intro that we have never seen before: a heavier built man looking away from the camera and having a valve on the back of his head, showcasing the open your mind slogan. Here's what's weird though: in Portal 2, Dota 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and Team Fortress 2, they all have the same intro, but they're not all quite the same. Some of them have different head sizes, and some of them have different facial features. Now, this is the one that resonates with me the most, because when I was a kid and I played the orange box on the shitty little HP laptop we had as a family computer, I saw that intro all the time, and I couldn't help but just turn my head away from the monitor. You know, it was just so unnerving. Well, it gets even creepier, folks, because they decided for Portal 2, they were gonna do this with the intro. No, turn the fuck around. Jesus Christ. Yep, Gabe legit asked, how do we scare our player base into not playing our games? Oh, I got an idea. Let's just have Mr. Valve attempt to look at the camera. Thanks, Gabe. I hate it. Now, the same thing happens in Half-Life Alyx, but I swear to God, if I saw this guy turn all the way around wearing that VR headset, I would chuck it at the fucking wall at Mach speeds. Okay, before I cause a lot of you to click off the video and start hiring lawyers to charge me for emotional damages, there is a backstory to this, but it doesn't really help. At least in my case, it doesn't. Back in 1995, when Ray Uno and Gabe Newell first created Valve, they needed a visual brand to go with the company's name, and understandably so. It was very simple, yet very hard to accomplish. During that time, the casting agency that Valve had hired was only finding attractive people, while Ray and Gabe were looking for heavier set and more normal looking people. What I think is cool is that they just wanted an everyday Joe. Like, they didn't want someone modeling for a fitness magazine or for a Nike commercial. They were just trying to find someone that looked like anybody. Gabe and Ryan then asked the agency to go out into the streets with Polaroids and just start taking pictures on Seattle's Broadway district. And that's what they did. The agency went out, took a bunch of Polaroids, came back, and out of all the ones that they took, they chose the heavyset man and the goatee man for their logo. Now, what doesn't help is that to this day, those two people have never been identified. And it's not that they're trying to hide it away in the vault or they're trying to be secretive with the classified information. No, they don't even know. They have no idea who these people are. So that helps. I think it'd be dope if someone just came across this video and they were like, oh yeah, dude, that was me. Yeah, I was in my 20s when I took that photo. God damn, I look great. So this is where the story comes to an end, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Now, this is one of the weirdest, creepiest, disturbing intros to any video game I've ever played in my entire life. And I know some people may make the argument about horror games having creepy intros, but that's the thing, they're supposed to. None of the games that Valve has made are supposed to have these intros. It's the same thing with dolls, mannequins, clowns, whatever's supposed to have a base of positivity. It just turns out to not have one in the end, depending on who you are. Now, if I had to choose which intro I like the most, I would definitely go with the static one of the man looking away from the camera with the valve in the back of his head. That was the most recognizable one for me, and I still enjoy seeing it to this day. Kind of. Let me know down below which intro you enjoyed the most, or hated. I'll let you have choices, because God knows I would. While you're down there, go ahead and insert that like button into your head, turn that sub button to all, and have YouTube open your eyes to more of my amazing Half-Life 2 content. Alright y'all, I'm gonna go inquire about getting a valve put in my head and see if I can make it a trend. Later.